Today I have a very useful punctuation lesson for you on dashes, plural, and the hyphen. Hi, I have a quick challenge for you. I'm going to give you 3 sentences and I want you to decide which sentences are punctuated correctly and which sentence or sentences contain punctuation errors. Number 1. JFK was president from 1960 to 1963. Number 2. We learned 3 languages at school, German, French and Italian. And number 3. Today, if you watch this lesson, you will learn how to use dashes perfectly. I'll give you 5 seconds to decide. Okay, so all 3 sentences contain punctuation errors and sentence 1 contained 2 errors. If you're surprised by this information, then stick around because I'm going to quickly pop my collar and then teach you the rules you need to use dashes and hyphens perfectly. Hello English learners and welcome to English lessons. So there are actually 3 different horizontal lines that we need to know about. These are commonly used incorrectly in English by students from beginners right up to advanced users and even native speakers. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you the rules so that you can always use these perfectly in your writing and express yourself accurately. Express the meaning that you want to convey. Let's start with the dashes. N dash and M dash. An N dash is this symbol here. It is the same width as the letter N. We type an N dash on our keyboard by pressing Alt and hyphen. The hyphen button is normally located next to the full stop key or next to the 0 key, depending on your keyboard. Okay, now conversely, the M dash is this symbol here and it is the same width as the letter M. We type an M dash on our keyboard by pressing Alt, Shift and hyphen, or again by following the link in the description. I'm going to start with the N dash, which is actually the least versatile of the 3. The N dash's main function is to show a range and can be read as to or through. For example, you will find the required information on pages 19 through 24. The 2010 to 2011 fiscal year is still our most profitable. We're open 9 AM to 5 PM weekdays. The January to March quarter achieved growth of 7.5%. Occasionally, we use the N dash to show a connection between 2 words. The Perth to Bali flight takes approximately 3 hours. And it can also be used to show scores. Germany won the match 4-3. Now, there are 2 important points to be aware of. You cannot use the N dash if you introduce a range with words such as from or between. So think back to our example in the introduction. You cannot write JFK was president from 1961 to 1963. You would have to write JFK was president from 1961 to 1963. And number 2, when using any of today's punctuation, so hyphen, M dash or N dashes, we don't put a space between the words and the hyphen or dash. This is the way that I teach this rule. It is possible to use your dashes with a space on either side, but this is a matter of personal style, as different style books recommend different things. The most important thing is consistency. Choose a style, either space or no space after your dashes, and stick to it. Alright, let's now move on to the M dash. The M dash is perhaps the most versatile of all punctuation marks. It can take the place of commas, parentheses, informally brackets, or colons. The main way the M dash is used is to add emphasis to certain parts of text. One way we can do this is using the M dash instead of commas or brackets. I want you to listen to the way I say the following 3 example sentences, particularly the non-essential information, which is separated with either brackets or commas or M dashes. When John sat down for his meal, his third of the day, he noticed the table was broken. When John sat down for his meal, his third of the day, he noticed the table was broken. When John sat down for his meal, his third of the day, he noticed the table was broken. Okay, so all 3 are grammatically correct. This is about style. Which part of the sentence that you want to emphasize. With the brackets, his third of the day is not that important. It is more of a side note. With commas, it's basically a level tone of voice. And with M dashes, the words between the M dashes are emphasized. When John sat down for his meal, his third of the day, he noticed the table was broken. He can also be used in this way to show clarity. Please call my supervisor, John Smith, to discuss the matter further. Another common way that the M dash is used is to replace a colon when you want to emphasize the end of a sentence. When used in this way, the M dash is less formal than the colon. For example, he had only one goal, to buy his mother a house. In more formal writing, this same sentence would be written with a colon. Colons are also used to introduce a list. Again, the versatile M dash could be used in less formal writing. We learn 4 languages at school: Italian, French, German and English. We can also use the M dash in place of a semicolon. Semicolons are most commonly used to connect 2 related independent clauses. For example, I have a big test tomorrow. I can't go out tonight. This adds emphasis again to the clause after the M dash. For a more neutral tone, a semicolon would be used. Okay, that is the main way that we use the M dash. Let's now finish up with the hyphen. I'll make a separate lesson on hyphens because this little punctuation symbol can be used in many different situations and has some quite complex grammar rules, but I will tell you the main way it is used now so you can compare it to M dashes and N dashes. The main purpose of a hyphen is to connect 2 words together. This is done for clarity. We hyphenate 2 or more words when they come before a noun that they modify and act as a single adjective called a compound adjective. For example, the friendly looking man, the 3-bedroom house, a 2-year-old child. The hyphen is the shortest of the 3 lines and has a dedicated key on all standard keyboards. We do not use a gap either side of the hyphen, and we do not use the hyphen instead of an N dash or M dash. This is not the purpose of a hyphen. I think many people do this because they don't know how to type the N dash and M dash. So they think the hyphen is close enough. But It really does look bad and unsophisticated and could ruin an otherwise great piece of writing. So use the correct dash or hyphen. Now you know the rules and the correct buttons to press. It is actually very straightforward. I suggest re-watching this video lesson, utilizing the pause button, take some notes, and you will never make mistakes with this punctuation again. If you type regularly, especially for business, it is an excellent habit to adopt the correct use of dashes and hyphens and will make your writing appear much more refined. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the best with your English goals and life goals. Cheers.